All right, welcome to day 3 of how to write a song in 5 days. Today we're going to be talking about structure. The last 2 days we talked about theme and hook. So your hook being the catchphrase of your song, and your theme making sure that everything else in the song complements what you're trying to say with the song. And I did want to say this too before we get too deep into structure. As you're coming up with ideas and elements, things that go into the song, don't be hesitant to write those things down where you think they might go, and then build around those. Because there's been many times when I've had great lines, or what I thought was great lines, or a great idea, and I wanted to incorporate it in the song, and I didn't write it down because I wanted to finish that block of the song and make sure everything went together really well, and I ended up forgetting what that idea was, and sometimes I would remember parts of it, and it would always feel like a little bit of a weaker idea. So you never know what you need to improve unless you actually have something to go off of. So make sure that you're writing those things down, and also what I like to do is record the tune as soon as I get the tune with the words like I like it. I like to get that down as fast as possible so that I don't forget the tune, because I've done that too. I've forgotten a great tune and I couldn't get the words to fit with the tune that I had written. So make sure that as you're going through this process, there's really not a set way that you have to go about it, but as you hit certain points in the process, make sure you're cataloging it and recording it, because one of the things, and a good friend of mine says this all the time, but one of the things about creativity is you have to get it out, or else you might forget, or it might hinder the rest of your creativity if you don't get it out. So make sure that you're writing those things down, recording those things so they get out of your head and you free yourself up to be more creative. So let's talk a little bit about structure. Structure is actually when your song comes together, when you're actually to the point of making the song sound like a song. So this is when you're going to match the words to the tune. You're going to decide what type of meter you're going to use. That's just a fancy word for the rhythm of the song. You're going to decide how your song is going to be written, as far as which style you're going to use. So for instance, is it going to rhyme every other line? Is it going to rhyme every line? Is it going to have 3 rhymes and then 1 non? Or is it going to be more like a rap and try to rhyme every line? And then you get to, what I love to do is mix and match those and find ones that fit. So I might do every other on a verse, and then I might swap to every line rhyme on a chorus, and then I might do something completely different in the tag. So it's kind of however the song feels to you, whichever way you want to go with it. But when you're going through your song, it kind of helps to think about which way you want to write it before you start even trying to write it, because I think I hear a deer or something. I love this porch because you can see out in the woods. It sounds like something really big is stepping around. Oh, yep. Hold on. Look at this. Hold on. I'm going to show you the deer. I don't know if you could see that, but there's a deer right there. I'll be right back. So anyways, I had to go get my wife and show her the deer, because we've lived here for 3 or 4 months now, and that's the first time we saw anything but a cat out there. So anyways, I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing a lot more of that. It's just really cool. I like having a house where you can see wildlife right out the window. So anyways, sorry for that brief interruption. So what I was talking about is the structure of your song, how you're going to set it up, basically. So what I like to do is I like to kind of sing it a couple of different ways while I'm searching for some lines. So I'll usually have 3 or 4 really good lines, either in a verse or a chorus, and kind of an idea for a tune. So I try to match those and see if they fit, and then usually I can kind of hear the way that the rhythm's going to go in a line, and what would follow really good. So for instance, for this song in particular, the verse goes, well, I used to think that God was playing cosmic cops and robbers. And the way that I set that up, it makes sense to have a rhyme right after that. You could also do a short line, like for instance, I used to think that God was playing cosmic cops and robbers, and I was the robber, or something like that. That's terrible, I know, I'm sorry. But anyways, what I ended up going with was, and I was in the game of life, just waiting to go under. So two rhymes back to back worked really well for that. And then the lines are about the same length. And so if I'm going to do that for the first two, then I need to do one of two things. I need to put a line in there that doesn't rhyme, that's going to rhyme with the last line, and then do another two that rhyme back to back, and then do the last line that rhymes with the third line, if I'm going to do it that way. Or I can just do all straight four lines, two that rhyme with each other, or all four rhyming with one another. So I've got several options, and so I can kind of play with the song and the tune and the speed and see which way complements the song the best. So don't be locked down to one thing. I sometimes try 2 or 3 ways with my song before I find the way that works. It just depends on what kind of song you're going for, what kind of feel, mood you're going for, and then you can kind of go from there. So as you write a little bit more, you will begin to find that different structures fit for your writing style, and you might find that you like 2 or 3 predominantly, and those are the ones that you tend to go for. I generally try to mix it up and keep it kind of fresh. I love playing with new structures, so I love playing with songs where you've got a line where you have 2 rhymes in the same line, and then you have another one in a longer one. So it's basically like trying to fit 4 rhyming lines in the space of 2 lines with only 3 rhymes. I know that's really confusing, but anyways, there was a song that I did that with. I'm trying to remember the exact way it goes, so I can let you know. But it was you know what? I can't remember it, so it didn't really stick with me very well. So maybe you shouldn't do that particular rhyming scheme. But anyways, it wasn't one of my better songs, but it was something that I wanted to play with. And so, you can get creative with the structure, and you can say, hey, I'm gonna try this with this song, and then if it doesn't work, nobody gets hurt because it's just your song and you're just trying to write it. So that's a little bit more insight into my creative process. I don't hardly ever write with a deer in the background, but I might try to consider that. Probably be a little distracting. So anyways, join me tomorrow for day 4 as we delve a little bit deeper into how to actually start making the song sound like a song. And I promise I'll actually go ahead and sing it for you then, so you can understand exactly what I'm talking about, and then we'll break it down in day 5. So have a good day.